Have you ever wondered what makes a man go from simply interested to completely captivated? From casual attraction to being completely consumed by thoughts of you? If you've ever felt frustrated with modern dating, second-guessing your every move, or wondering why he's not as invested as you are, this is for you. So often, we get caught up in outdated advice or focus on superficial tricks that don't really work. But what if the secret to winning his heart wasn't about trying to change him, but transforming how you approach things? Here's the truth: men fall for something deeper than just the surface. Men fall in love not because of who you pretend to be, but because of the energy you radiate and the boundaries you set. In this video, we're diving deep into 7 transformative acts that don't just spark attraction, they make him crave you. These aren't shallow tricks or games, these are timeless principles rooted in stoicism and dark stoic psychology, designed to help you master the art of emotional connection and self-respect. Imagine stepping into your power and becoming the woman he can't stop thinking about, not because you're chasing him, but because you've become irresistible. Let's get started. Chasing him, but because you've become irresistible, that's what we're going to uncover today, and here's the best part: these acts don't just make him fall for you, they make you fall in love with yourself too. Ready to get started? Let's begin with the first powerful shift that will transform how men see you. 1. Be comfortable walking away. Here's a question for you. Have you ever stayed in a relationship longer than you should have because you were afraid of being alone? Maybe you've put up with behavior that made you feel unappreciated or even disrespected because you didn't want to lose him. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, but here's the truth: the moment you start fearing the end of a relationship, you lose your power. Men are hardwired to admire strength and independence. It's not about being cold or detached, it's about knowing your worth so deeply that you're not afraid to walk away when he isn't meeting your standards. This isn't just about dating, this is stoicism in action. It's the art of staying grounded in your self-worth regardless of how others behave. Picture this: you're with a man who's been distant or inconsistent. Instead of clinging to the hope that he'll change, you confidently let him know your expectations. You say, "I value honesty and effort, and it feels like we're not on the same page. I'm willing to walk away if that's what's best for both of us." Do you feel the power in those words? You're not begging for him to stay, you're showing him that your happiness doesn't depend on his validation. When you master this act, something incredible happens. Men start to see you differently. They begin to view your time, attention, and presence as privileges, not guarantees. And here's the kicker: when you're willing to leave, they're far more likely to step up. Why? Because humans, by nature, chase what they fear losing. It's one of the core principles of dark stoic psychology. People value what feels scarce. But let me ask you this: are you ready to put yourself first and stop tolerating less than you deserve? This doesn't mean walking away at the first sign of trouble. It means setting clear boundaries and following through when those boundaries are crossed. Remember, relationships are about mutual respect. If he's not meeting you halfway, walking away isn't giving up, it's making space for something better. Let's reflect for a moment. Think back to a time when you stayed in a situation that didn't serve you. How did it make you feel? Did you lose a little bit of your confidence each time you compromised on what you deserved? Now imagine how empowering it would feel to say, "I'm worth more than this," and act accordingly. Walking away isn't just an act of courage, it's an act of self-love. It's saying, "I trust myself to make decisions that honor my worth," and guess what? Men respect women who respect themselves. They're drawn to the quiet confidence of someone who doesn't need them but chooses to be with them. So, what does this look like in practice? First, you need to identify your deal breakers. Is it a lack of effort, dishonesty, emotional unavailability? Whatever it is, be clear about it in your own mind. Then, Communicate those boundaries calmly and confidently. If he crosses them, don't just threaten to leave, be prepared to follow through. This isn't about punishing him, it's about honoring yourself. Here's the beauty of this act: even if he doesn't step up, you're still winning. Why? Because you've freed yourself to attract someone who sees your value and treats you accordingly. And that's what makes this first act so transformative. It's not just about making him fall in love with you, it's about falling in love with yourself. Before we move on to the next act, let me leave you with this question: what's one area in your life where you've been afraid to set boundaries? How would it feel to reclaim your power in that area? 2. Value your attention. Let me ask you this: how many times have you felt like you're giving everything in a relationship, your time, your energy, your emotional support, only to feel like you're being taken for granted? Maybe you're the one always initiating plans, checking in, or keeping the connection alive. It's exhausting, isn't it? And deep down, it makes you wonder, why isn't he matching my effort? Here's the answer: when you give your attention away too freely, it loses its value. Think about it. If you had unlimited access to something, would you cherish it as much as something rare and special? Probably not. That's why one of the most powerful acts you can embrace is learning to value your attention. Men are naturally drawn to women who command respect, not by demanding it, but by living in a way that shows their time is precious. When you prioritize yourself, your goals, and your passions, you send a clear message: my attention is a privilege, not a guarantee. Now, let's break this down. What does it look like to value your attention? First, it means focusing on your life. Ask yourself, what lights you up? What are the goals, hobbies, or dreams you've been putting off because you've been so focused on him? When you channel your energy into building a life you love, something incredible happens. You naturally become magnetic. Your energy shifts from seeking validation to radiating confidence, and trust me, men feel that difference. But valuing your attention isn't just about self-growth, it's about how you interact with him too. Here's where dark stoic psychology comes into play. When you're not always readily available, you create a sense of intrigue. Men start to wonder, why isn't she texting me back immediately? What's she up to? This isn't about playing games, it's about showing that you have a rich, full life that doesn't revolve around him. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're in the early stages of dating. He texts you, and instead of dropping everything to reply, you take your time. Maybe you're at the gym, hanging out with friends, or working on a passion project. When you finally respond, it's warm and engaging, but you're not overcompensating or trying too hard. That simple act of delayed gratification creates an air of mystery. He'll start to see you as someone who's confident, independent, and worthy of pursuing. Here's the thing: valuing your attention doesn't mean being cold or distant, it's about balance. Show interest, but don't overinvest. By valuing yourself, by focusing on what you can control, your time, your boundaries, and your energy, you become unshakable, and that inner strength is irresistible. But let's be real, valuing your attention takes practice. It requires breaking old habits and learning to say no to behaviors that drain you. So here's a challenge for you: the next time you feel tempted to overextend yourself, pause and ask, is this person earning my attention? If the answer is no, it's time to pull back and refocus on what truly matters. Now, let's make this fun. If you're loving this video so far and you're ready to start valuing your attention like this video and comment. Engagement means the world to me, and it helps us build this incredible community of high-value women. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey of empowerment and transformation. Let's keep the momentum going. Are you ready for the next ACT? Stay tuned, because it only gets better from here. 3. Emotional independence. Have you ever found yourself waiting by your phone, hoping for a text, a call, or some kind of reassurance from him? Have you ever felt like your mood for the entire day,